Hello, in this fourth assignment we are going to present a completely finished project with a brief explanation and introduction of new functions of each method. As you know, in the third assignment we stopped at 9 functions and didn't finish some logical parts of existing methods. However, now each method has been supplemented with the correct logical structure, which will be demonstrated when running the code. Our defense will be divided into several parts. First, we will show the new features that have been added to our project. Second, we will explain the specific features of some methods. Third, we will illustrate several examples of implementing functions in our code using SQL statements, showing that we have implemented all the basic CRUD functions. Fourth, we will show the changes in the controller part. Fifth, we will run the code and test it. Finally, we will introduce the existing design patterns in our project. Now let's continue with the new features. In our completed project, we added change user status and the editing order and deleting order, also display orders that are in progress and display completed progress. Now let's move to the features of some methods and functions. For instance, edit user will be ordinary user. It means that user has a role ordinary or a VIP. There will be all entire list of orders including in process and completed orders in the list of orders. However, in the in progress and the in progress orders there will be only orders which are in progress and the incompleted orders which already have been completed. And also a registered user can change its status and became a VIP user. And then ordering a dish, a VIP user will have 10% while 10% discount while ordering, and while editing only in process orders can be edited. Fully completed orders cannot be edited, and while deleting an order, if order is in progress, the money will be refunded. If it has already been completed, it will be simply removed from the list of orders, and the money will not be refunded. Now let's move to the implementation of code with some examples.
We have some changes in order repository. For example, method edit order with usage of prepared statement. We update data of order in orders table. For example, we can update dish ID, quantity, and sum of order. In delete order method, we find order with order ID and then with SQL statement delete remove it from table orders. Also, get in process method, which shows not completed orders if they have parameter in progress. Similarly, works method get completed orders, which shows completed orders if they have parameter completed.
This part of code shows that we used any types of SQL statements that are basic functions of CRUD.
Now let's move to the controller part of our project, and for example in order controller we have edit order method in which we use status checker, order status checker in order to know order is completed or in status, because in order to edit order should be in process. And then we should check balance, because while editing sum may be bigger than previous one and balance will be less than amount of sum of entire order if all and the checkers be implemented with if-else statements, and if all these methods will be fine, then order successfully edited. in other options there will be some errors. In this situation, order edition was failed. In this situation, user should have more balance, and in this situation, order already completed. And the same structure in the delete order, however with different parameters and different values. And in this situation we should know order ID, because if we don't have this order ID, then it will be print order was not found. And then we should check order status also, and then balance, and again check the balance, because if the order in the progress after deleting balance will be refunded. And the same processes had been made in other controllers and in other repositories and order repository.
After explaining the code, now let's try to run code and briefly show how the new functions will work. Let's run the code first, and let's try to change user status. We choose this option, and as you can see, by ID 7 we have ordinary user. Let's try to change its status, and user ID is 7. Now you became a VIP user. Let's try to update our table, and as you can see, our role has been changed. Now new function is edit on order. Let's show what we have in our orders. We have order by ID 9, which in progress, and ID 12, which completed. Now let's try to edit completed order. Will be changed or not? Edit order, then order ID 12. Let's try new dish ID and the quantity. And as you can see, you cannot change the order because it has already been completed. And now try to edit in progress order. Edit order. Order ID is 9. And now try to order something else. The dish ID 1, and let's try dish ID 2. Dish ID 2 quantity also quantity, let's do 1. Order successfully edited. And if you update this, the dish ID 1 and quantity 1, if I update it, dish ID 2 quantity 1, and also some of order changed, and instead of 3500 so it was written there, there is a 10% discount, because our user ID 4 is, as you can see from users table, user 4 VIP user. Now let's move on and try to another function, delete an order. Now let's move to the orders, delete an order. Let's try to delete 12's order, delete order, 12. Order successfully deleted. Now as you can see, it disappeared from our table orders, which means it deleted. Also it was completed order, that's why in our users our balance not have been refunded. If you try to refund if you try to delete uh, in process order, let's try to uh, uh, delete this, but we should know that we should remember this amount of then delete an order it was 9, order success was deleted, and after deleting in process order uh, our balance will be refounded. Let's check it. Yes, as you can see, money was refounded, and that's all. Now let's move to the last part of our defense: design patterns, types of design patterns, which was used in our code.
Singleton pattern in the IDB implementation, which ensures that only one instance of the database connection is created and shared across the application. Template method pattern. The methods of the order repository class follow a common pattern of obtaining a connection, executing an SQL statement, and returning a result. This pattern is common in data access layers and is known as the template method pattern. Command pattern. The code uses the command pattern to encapsulate each of the menu options: adding a new user, adding a new dish, displaying list of users, and etc. as a separate command object with the execute method that performs the associated functionality. Factor method pattern. The IDB interface that is implemented by the order repository class defines a factor method getConnection that creates a connection to a database. The implementation of this interface is injected into the ordered repository through its constructor. This way, the order repository doesn't need to know how the connection is created, which allows for a flexible design.